Hello everyone, and welcome to the official SWGT YouTube channel. My name is Rune. Today we're going to take a look at SWGT Update 6.16.0, which introduces siege runes and artifacts, an enhanced team builder that now supports content areas, and more. The first update line takes us over to the account summary today. There was an issue where if you picked one set and 6 runes of that it would not use the intangible runes, and so I have gone through and made that fix. The next update line takes us over to the siege summary, and really any siege map. And so towers 1 and 3 were accidentally flipped when I made the update to the new Come To Us map version 5. And so I have gone through and made that fix. There was an issue with the leaderboard under World Guild Battles where this wasn't loading properly. Obviously, this is a very old copy of World Guild Battles, but it does load now properly, which is great. The next update line takes us over to the speed tick backup calculator. And I have gone through and added in support for decimals in here. So if you want to add in 2.2 or 2.3, 2.5, whatever those numbers are, you can go through and, of course, make those changes now. Of course, for chilling, because he's getting a percentage of speed based on the number of buffs, it's just better to use the overall percentage. But just for consistency sakes, I have gone through and added in decimal support for additional speed. Under the monster collection, I have gone through and made some slight tweaks. I have gone through and made it so that if you click on a monster that you don't have, you can still open it up. And while we're here, I have gone through and reformatted this entire top area, and I have added a detail icon too. So if you want to see, for example, what are the monster's skills and their base stats and skill effects and artifact subproperties and the balance patches and so on and so forth, it's just a nice way to get to the information. Somebody had recommended it on Discord, and I thought it made a lot of sense. While we're here, you'll see that this icon is shaded out, and so this is actually one of the few monsters that I actually don't have. I did go through and change the opacity from 20% to 35%, and so that way you can actually see the icon a little bit better. So actually, if you go to 40%, it makes it so that it is a little bit too bright and it doesn't have the same effect. A nice new thing I did go through and add is siege support for runes and artifacts, and so it was quite a bit of work. I spent the majority of the past week or so adding in that support, but now if you click on this, for example, you'll see that the monster collection, of course, goes through and shortens because these are the only ones that I actually have runed up. If I take a look at this monster, you'll see that I have 1 rune on here, and so if I go over to my normal build, there is nothing there, and the RTA build has nothing as well. So all these runes and builds are now separated out. So that was quite a bit of work, but it all works with all the rest of the features. You can go to Rune Detail, you can pick the different builds there. You can pick your siege build here, and so here are all your runes used by your siege monsters. And then as well as I have gone through and made a big enhancement to Team Builder. So Team Builder now supports content area. And so the default, of course, is normal, which is going to be your PvE and arena content. And that's the way it has been since I have gone through and created this. But I have added in, of course, RTA and siege support here too as well. And so if we add a new team, we can say which content area we want to pick. And so I'm going to go ahead and pick on siege. And so if I pick on the monster with my 1 rune, you'll see that my stats look pretty awful, and the runes here now have only 1 rune. So really adds a lot of overall flexibility to Team Builder on the SWGT personal side, and I really think it's going to be useful for a lot of players. One last change before we head over to the guild side. I have gone through and made updates to the guides, and so under siege data, I have gone through and actually made all of these numbers line up properly on all of the screenshots. So not a lot of fun to upgrade guides and images, but it definitely makes it a lot more consistent for players to be able to see what's actually there. Switching over to the guild side, if we go into a siege battle, and let's say we go into this siege battle. If we go to battle logs, there's a bug where I actually removed this map. I don't know why I removed it, but I removed it. And so I have gone through and, of course, made that fix. So this is the map at that time, and there's the concentration of the number of attacks, actual win rate of the towers, and so on and so forth. So this was a view that Kayun had recommended that it would be nice to have. And so it was added a long time ago. And again, for some reason, I had gone through and removed it. But I have added it back in there so everybody can use that functionality. I have gone through, of course, and upgraded the SWGT guide for siege data on the guild side as well. So now all of these line up as far as 9F and 9G, so on and so forth. And last but certainly not least, if we go back to that siege battle and you click on edit, I have gone through and added in support where if you click on the background or if you click on the escape key, it will exit out of that modal. And that's it for today. I just wanted to say thank you to all the Patreon members who subscribe to SWGT and to all the people that constantly give feedback about the platform. It's only through your support and efforts that SWGT is what it is today. And I've said it before and I'll say it again. We all make SWGT better together. And with that, don't forget to smash those like buttons, and I'll see all of you on the battlefield.